What up, what up, what up? We back with another broadcast. Hold on, let me make sure my stuff all right. Make sure we good, make sure we ain't muted. All right, we good, we on air. We good. All right, y'all, man, we about to get into another good game of Splitgate. Just started playing this about a week ago. I like it so far. And then we're going to talk about some of the hot topics in gaming. So the first thing I want to discuss, man, is the acquisition of Bungie. Doing a little bit of research around, and a lot of folks thought that the acquisition was based on Sony having a response to Microsoft, right? And we found out that's not the case. Looks like the deal, they have been in talks with Bungie for about 5 to 6 months. So they've been in talks with them for about 5 to 6 months. Alright. Well, let me get my, before I continue on, let me go ahead and get some folks up in here. You know what I'm saying? This is the first broadcast in a very long time, so let me get some folks up in here. Let me get my folks up in here. So, hold on, let me get some folks up in here. All right, I had to post that to the Twitter. So again, with the Bungie acquisition, like they've been in talks for about a good 5 to 6 months. All right, so this coming from one of the Sony brass, so it doesn't appear that it was in any way, shape, or form, a response to the Activision Microsoft deal, the acquisition of Activision to Microsoft. So it just sounds like, you gotta understand, these is billion-dollar companies, trillion-dollar companies, probably with Microsoft. In the fan base, we look at stuff, we want, it's tit for tat with us, right? When you're talking about some money, man, when you got money on the line, you're talking about deals, you're talking about people's livelihoods, you're talking about careers, you talk about moves that can bankrupt a whole company. They ain't worried about doing anything for, social media stats. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole different ball game when they're gonna make a move, whether it be Microsoft or whether it be Sony. They're making calculated moves because it's money involved. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for the fans to, to get online, to get in Reddit, to get on Twitter or whatever, what have you, and talk about who needs to do. Because that's not our money. You feel me? That's not our money. That's their, you know what I'm saying? It's easy to tell somebody what to do when you ain't taking the risk. All right? In business, man, deals, they got to go through legal, all kind of things, man. They got to, when they making a deal, they got to go through, a lot of heads, because you got money on the line, man. And make no mistake, Sony and Microsoft is all about money. All right, everybody that gets into business is all about money. Don't ever get it twisted. It's all about that paper and how they can make more money. And they understand they got to make their customers happy if they want to get some money. All right. And the same thing with us. We want to be entertained. We got to pay some money. All right. We got to pay some money if you want the entertainment. But for us to pay some money, to spend some money, the product got to be good. All right. And they understand this. They understand it. So, with the acquisition, man, that's all about how Sony trying to enhance their live service. And let me say this, a lot of people are against live service games as a service. For example, Avengers. It being a game as a service wasn't the issue. The issue was the gameplay. It was weak. The gameplay was weak. Like my gun skills right now. The gameplay was weak. The enemies was generic little like robots. You was fighting the same little generic robot. The parry system, I love parry system, was insulting. The controls wasn't tight. Everybody was slow. Spider-Man played garbage. You know, it's a lot wrong with the game. It's not because it's a live service. It's because it just wasn't well put together. A live service game, we live in a social world right now, social media. We love interacting. So they understand live service is a great thing if you do the game right. And Sony is about quality. And that's not to say that Microsoft isn't. But right now, Sony has done a really great job in proving that they're about quality and making sure if they're going to put a product out, if their name is on, they're going to make sure it's good. All right? They're going to make sure it's good. And no one's perfect. You know, it could be some dubs, arguably some, some games that wasn't the best. But for the most part, they're going to make sure that, game making is art. It's all about art, man. It's all subjective anyway. But they're going to make sure that the general public, the general consensus is that their games is going to be quality. So if you got games as a service coming from Sony, they're investing, I think the number is about 2.4 billion for Bungie. They're going to make sure that they get a return on their investment. They're going to make sure they get the best out of the deal they can, whether it be knowledge on how to make a good game as a service, games as a service. Because Destiny 2 is great. It's a good game, man. You can't front that. It's a lot of good games out. Destiny 2 is good. Now their community may have some things to say about cosmetics or whatever is happening, and those are all things that can be improved. But for the most part, Destiny is very good. The gameplay is really good. The gunplay is good. It's put together. It's a fun game. You'd be lying to say, unless you just don't like first-person shooters, you'd be lying to say that it's not a fun game when it is. It has a good community. You got folks, coming together with folks all over the world just to take on these enemies and boss fights. That can never not be fun. You know what I'm saying? If implemented right. So that's what it's all about. They want to get that good expertise. They're trying to expand their portfolio. They're trying to get into some spaces that, they really haven't tapped into too much when it comes to their core product, when it comes to their portfolio. They have in the past, but I'm just saying currently modern Sony has basically been single player driven, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what we like. That's what's been selling the consoles, and it doesn't matter what type of game you make. What matters is the quality of the game. But they want to get some more paper. All right. So that's what that deal's about. And then I seen they put up, I think 1.2, I don't got the notes in front of me, but 1.2 million of that was for retention, talent retention. They want to incentivize keeping the talent. Okay, so they're invested in talent. They want to make sure, because it's a tragedy if you buy a business and you trying to get certain assets out of it, and then the folks that can deliver what you need, they all leave. They form a new studio. They take the money and form a new studio, or then you don't waste your money. So it was very, very smart on Sony's part to put that 1.2 billion up and incentivize the employees there for the sake of retention. In all industries, let me say this: I'm a manager at a certain company. In all industries, right now is all about retention. You don't want no attrition. Attrition is very bad right now. You want to retain all your employees. So retention is very important, and I'm glad that Sony understands that. That's very smart. That lets me know that they know what they're doing. All right? That lets me know not only do they know what they're doing, but if you get acquired, let me tell you something like this too. That lets other studios know that if Sony acquire us, we ain't gonna have to worry about getting closed down. We're gonna keep our jobs. Look, they're incentivizing keeping us, and that's what it's supposed to be about.
Slayer. Game over.
So that's what I gotta say about that. It's gonna be a really good thing. They say they're gonna try to keep a multi-platform, of course, back to me, PlayStation and PC. All right, they might put it on Xbox. They might figure out a way to put it on a Switch. You never know. You know, a lot of them tapping into the, you know, the whole streaming thing, and I'm not a fan of streaming because I think it gives, you know, latency, input lag. This is just the gameplay is not good for streaming. It gotta be on a box downloaded, you know, so you don't get all that lag and latency, man. I don't think that's a thing that just. I know why they want it to happen. Maybe there's an audience, but the way internet works, you know, you got a lot of companies with data caps. You know, even if you get a cell phone, you know, you get any of that stuff, it's gonna be a data cap on it. It's just not realistic right now, you know. So I just don't see the streaming thing unless they figure out a way, you know, that they improve the technology. Even if they do, man, you know, internet goes down, man. Stuff happens with weather. Nah, man, I just can't. I understand it. It works for movies, but for gaming, I wouldn't invest in that. Even as a gamer, I wouldn't even invest in that. Buying any streaming, you know, buying anything on Stadia, and that's not to hate on Stadia, but Google just needs to put the paper up, and they just need to make a console, make a PC, make both, do something, make another handheld. I don't know.
Nice. There you go. Tough.
Hold on, somebody done came into the broadcast. I got to go check the broadcast settings.
I don't really like this, man.
All right, there we go. Disrupting the flow. They ain't mean they meant well, but it was disrupting the flow. All right, so yeah, moving on from that though. So I think that's a good thing. I
Game
also think it makes them
starts
look really
in
good.
5,
If they want to acquire
4,
some more
3,
studios, they look at
2,
that and they see how important it
1.
is to Sony
Team deathmatch.
to keep the talent around and to retain. But while we're in the same neighborhood, another report came out that they still had 10 billion, I believe, to spend
Gain the
in
lead.
acquisitions. So I believe, you know, with that, and it's gonna, you know, we see reports of how much publishers or developers is worth. You gotta understand if say Capcom is worth 5 billion, to get them, you're gonna have to spend about 6-7 billion, right? Because they, you know, I'm worth 5 billion. You just give me what I'm worth. That no, you're gonna have to incentivize why I should, you know what I'm saying, sell my business to you or let you acquire it. So just because they say they're worth however it is, and these are not, I'm not saying these are accurate numbers, I'm just giving an idea. This says studio's worth 6 billion. You're gonna have to give them about 10. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 7, maybe 6, maybe it's something else, unless you got something that you can offer for them that they can see is gonna be a benefit. And as y'all see, I'm not good at talking and playing, so too much. I'm trying to remember all this stuff, so. But you know, you just never know how it goes. Somebody might want to partner with Sony. You don't know where people are at, what direction they want to take the company, the corporation, where the shareholders want to go. So you know, maybe not have to give. You know, they were 5 billion, and maybe they don't have to give up 6. You know, maybe 5.5. Maybe some of the folks there may want to just, you know, retire. You know, you just never know how it's going to go. But I'll tell you what, it's very exciting, and we do know they're looking to get more acquisitions to acquire more studios, maybe a publisher. We won't know until we get the man, I did better last match. All right. But yeah, we won't know until we get, you know, official word from them and some announcements, and you know, it's still early in the year and all that stuff. If it's meant to come, it's gonna come.
King Slayer.
So, you know, I'm not even using the portals. I'm just gonna do this for stats. Oop. Yeah, so you can tell I ain't played this in a while. Yeah, started playing a week ago, but it's been about 4 days since I played it again. All right, so anyway, moving on. Right now, also in the news, was floating around social media and everything is the potential delay of the Suicide Squad kill the Justice League. Now, a report came out from Bloomberg saying that it had quietly been delayed, but that may be because a tweet came out from the Warner CEO. Basically, you know, he had promoted some of the games that are still coming in 2022, and people noticed that Suicide Squad is noticeably left off. Now, I'm gonna say this: you
5
can only put
minutes
so many
remaining.
pictures on Twitter. I think it's like 4 pictures on there, so it might not have been that case. If anything, everybody's taking it like the game may have been delayed. If anything, it could have been hinting at what's coming and how soon it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Suicide Squad is probably just the last game coming. He probably meant to put them all in order of what's coming soon. So probably after Star Wars Gotham Knights is most likely coming. And that's probably going to be sometime between, I would say, between March and the summertime. And then I think fall belongs to Hogwarts. And then Suicide Squad will probably be the Christmas game. Speculation could be wrong. That might be it. Maybe not. The game might be delayed. It may be delayed to 2023, or it might just be delayed. It may have been, because no one knows when the release window was, except for that it was 2022. It could have been a summer game. It could have been fall, And then they said, "No, we're gonna push this one back." It could have been slated to come out before Hogwarts, and then they say, "No, we gonna switch it up.
Killing
We're gonna delay
spree.
Hogwarts a little bit, Or Hogwarts could have been a winter game. Suicide Squad could have been a summer fall game. They said we're gonna put Hogwarts in September, October, and we're gonna push Suicide Squad back to November and December. And it's good to release in the wintertime because most folks is trying to stay in the house. Summer games I always feel like summer games you can release them then, but Mugs ain't trying to be in the house like that, man. Especially when it's good weather out. Mugs ain't trying to, use up all their AC and all that, man. It's a lot of little factors. Mugs trying to get out and see what they can see outside and what's out here. Take trips, take vacations. So you can release some games in the sun. Don't get me wrong, you can. It's still a good thing, but if they feel like Suicide Squad is going to be that big, especially when that one is supposed to be games as a service, a live service game, and I think it'll be a really phenomenal one, just based off the little gameplay we seen. They probably want to get in that, in the winter. There's a reason why you always see Call of Duty and the big shooters. They always drop in the winter. You see the Assassin's Creed drop in the winter, so you get them Christmas sales and all of that. So people kids put it on their Christmas list, all that stuff, so right now I think that even with the reports, I would take everything with a grain of salt. It may be delayed, it may not be delayed. That's so, everybody that's anticipating that game, I'm anticipating it. Don't give up hope yet until you get an official announcement from Warner Brothers Games or Rocksteady or somebody like that, Another topic, man. We know we got the acquisition of like I say, Activision from Microsoft. I know this is old news, but people still talking about it. They still speculating on it, what it means for everything. I'm gonna say this, man. Microsoft is smart for acquiring them. I'm not mad at that at all. Get your money, get your paper. You can do a lot with Activision and their IPs. Call of Duty is still a big deal to gaming. Some people say that they may have acquired it because Tencent or like Google or Amazon was probably looking to acquire it and they were trying to keep it out of their hands. And I ain't mad at them for that. Okay? Because you imagine Call of Duty only being on Stadia or only being on PC with Amazon, or imagine what Amazon does to it. Amazon is not, they don't have that much experience in gaming, neither do Google, for what I see. Not as much as Sony and Microsoft. So imagine if it got in their hands, you don't know. It could be for worse. So I'm not mad at the acquisition. I'm not even mad if they keep it on Xbox. Well, I'm gonna say this, just because even if they do get in and keep it on Xbox, that's not gloom and doom for PlayStation. All right. A lot of people don't be understanding, man. Fan bases be different. The same cat that like Last of Us don't care about no Call of Duty, and vice versa. The same cat, even for they say, man, they got everything. They got World of Warcraft, they got Call of Duty, they got Doom. The same Doom fan ain't a Call of Duty fan. World of Warcraft player ain't Call of Duty player. So those are different fan bases, man. They don't correlate.
Game over.
And Sony can 100% survive without Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you got Deviation Games, who some of the devs were former Treyarch devs. They're working on a new first-person shooter, and a lot of folks are ready for some new experiences. At one time, Call of Duty was the new game on the block. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, they had a few games out before they hit their peak and start, getting real popular. Same thing. something else. And then you got, you know, you still got Fortnite. Fortnite will still be on PlayStation. Fortnite's still the biggest thing going. You got other games like Apex. You got Rogue City. I think Rogue Company, I think that's the best one of all of them. You know, that's out. You got Splitgate. You know what I'm saying? They just, you know, it was like 5 devs that made this, man. I think they hired they got 45 more devs, 50 devs, and they got I think somebody invested 100 million in them. So the graphics gonna start looking better. It's gonna get bigger and better. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, the game, I like this more than both Vanguard and Halo Infinite. So I think it's smooth. I think the gameplay, the graphics ain't worth too much, but the gunplay is awesome. The gameplay is awesome. You know what I'm saying? The portal system is awesome. It's a lot of good things. There's a lot of good things they got going for itself. So, okay, that's a little pre-vote. Let me see. Let's go to Atlantis. So they got a lot of games, man. You know, the typical person ain't gonna really spend 500 on a console just to get something else. And I got both Xbox and PlayStation. I like them both. You know what I'm saying? I like them both. But you ain't gonna just switch the average person, man, the general public, the average console buyer who don't care, and that's the majority. They don't care about no IGN. They don't care about Twitter. They don't care about no Reddit, man. They just want to play some Madden, some Call of Duty, Fortnite, whatever. Kick back and game a little bit. They ain't really heavy into the stuff like that. They ain't about to drop another 500. They're gonna go with PlayStation because PlayStation's still hot. On the Xbox side, and that fan base, if the folks that like Xbox is hot to them, then they're gonna switch over to PlayStation. They're gonna like what they like, and that's what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? You are gonna have some folks who just diehard Call of Duty folks who might go get an Xbox, or they might just go get a PC. They just have PlayStation and PC. You know what I'm saying? Because Windows, Microsoft,
5,
Xbox, and
4,
PC, you know, they
3,
drop their games on
2,
PC the same day versus
1.
PlayStation. PlayStation,
Team
they're gonna let you taste the dope. They're gonna let you taste it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? When it's old, they get you to buy the new product. They're gonna let you taste the old product to get you to buy the new product. That's how they do it. And that's what their plan is gonna be on them live service games most likely. They're gonna put live service multi-plat, get you to taste it, and then you're gonna have to get a console to get the single player premium experience. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna everybody's happy. The core fan base can still get, you know what I'm saying, them exclusives. They still have a reason to have the PlayStation for the exclusive single player content. And then, you know what I'm saying, they getting that money off the live service games. They getting the cosmetic money, the battle pass money, and all the other stuff that comes with that. So it ain't gonna, if Call of Duty remains on Xbox after the next two, PlayStation's still gonna be good. Like I said, they done bought a lot of studios, new game experiences. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, they could turn Returnal into a multiplayer game. As good as that gunplay is, they just removed the gun cooldowns. Man, they could make that a third person. Man, they could make that a third person free to play Returnal. It'd be phenomenal. They can make that a PvE like Destiny. Same difficulty, roguelike, and it's P versus E for Returnal. Man, that'll be the biggest thing going, man. Folks who didn't want to dip into it because it's too hard, when they see that you can have two people dipping into it, you know what I'm saying? I'm surprised From Software ain't did something like that with them Souls games, man. Man, that's how you would get mugs in, man. You get two people in there going at them difficult bosses, man. They eat that up, man. People will keep coming back. Anyway, so I'm just saying they got new first-person shooters coming. They got Destiny. You know what I'm saying? Even if Call of Duty stays on Xbox, they can still keep Destiny multi-plat because they can make all that money that Microsoft didn't want to make keeping theirs multi-plat. They'll get all the money from the Microsoft, you know what I'm saying, the Xbox fan base, all those folks. So it can go either way, man. These folks, man, I tell you, man, these folks, folks that own these companies, run these companies, man, they've been in the game for a long time, man. They've been in the game before us. This is what they do. They eat, sleep, and breathe this. So they gonna do what's best, man. You ain't gotta worry about it. Them mugs wanna make some money. They wanna get some new fans. They wanna keep making money. They wanna keep selling consoles. They wanna keep selling PS Plus. They wanna keep selling the Game Pass. They wanna do all that. They gonna be all right, man. They gonna be all right. They gonna make sure they make whatever good decision they gonna make. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's seen how Sega failed, 3DO failed, everybody, Atari, everybody's seen the mistakes that everybody else made, man. So they don't learn. They gonna be alright. And I'm gonna tell you this: no shade is Xbox, but Game Pass. I got Game Pass, and the games I play is the games I already done bought. Game Pass is a good value when you on paper because you just say, hey, you get all these games, but do you want to play all those games? That's the thing. Are those games attractive to you? Have you already played them on PlayStation or owned them? You get where I'm coming from? It's great for day one Xbox exclusives. Don't get me wrong, I don't know how I died, but you know what? I deserve to die for that one. I had a moment, yeah, you know what? I deserve that one. But anyway. Dang, they double team. But anyway, man, so people thinking that, you know, Game Pass is going to steal PlayStation gamers, just like I don't think PlayStation going to be too much stealing the core Xbox players and the fan base. Same thing with that, man. You got to think, Game Pass got about 30 or 20 million subscribers, but it's 50 million Xbox One sold, what, 10 million, maybe somewhere near north of that of Xbox sold. You got about 50 million people, 60 million people, 70 million people in the Xbox ecosystem. But only half of that, or a percentage of that, is on Game Pass. So not even all of their players are, you know what I'm saying, care about it. So you're not going to steal, you know what I'm saying, you're going to need a lot to steal the PlayStation fans that love PlayStation. All right? The Bethesda deal happened, what, a year ago, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago? That didn't change anything too much. Like it probably did help Xbox in a lot of ways, but it didn't change it into making people say I gotta sell my PS5 to get Game Pass. Because when I went and got my Halo Edition Xbox, I got there about 10 minutes before the store opened. You know what I'm saying? 10 minutes. At the end of the line, I just want to see if I'm gonna get one. Mans came out and said, hey, who are here for PS5? Everybody in front of the line raised their hand, but 5 people. They had 20 of them on a pallet. 20 Xboxes on a pallet. Everybody but 5 people raised their hands. Easily got one. So what they did, they separated everybody in 2 lines. My line only had 5 people in front. They had 20 of them on a pallet. I walked out with an Xbox, you know, the Halo edition. So the PlayStation is still popular. People gonna go with what's hot. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, man, every time you hear something out somebody's mouth, it's PS5, PS5, PS5. So I can't speak what's gonna happen next gen, but this gen, PlayStation gonna be all right with all the acquisitions, and they are making a lot of moves that's gonna be good for them in the future. You know what I'm saying? Let me see, I got 24 kills, 11 deaths. I still play garbage though. So they're gonna be all right. So all the bud gotta do a game. Like I said, this ain't no console war, all that. I got both of them. I like both of them. I love Forza. You know, all that Forza Horizon, that is. All the mud gotta do, man, is sit back and play some games, man. And don't be worrying about what these folks gotta do, man. They want your money. As much as you want to get them your money, they want to get your money. So they know what they gotta do to keep getting your money. So don't worry about these acquisitions. They're gonna make some more acquisitions. They know Sony know what they fans like. They know what they fan base is into. So don't worry about any of the speculation on is it gonna be over and all that, man. For the most part, it's gonna always be Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft unless somebody grow a set and make another console or make a PC based console. Like Kentucky Fried Chicken claim they doing. All right, man. This is the end of the stream, so I'm about to end it right here, man. And so I'll be getting with y'all again on another one. Y'all know what to do. I hate saying this because everybody said it, but hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video, all that. And I'll keep bringing y'all the real deal. I ain't gonna bring y'all none of that clickbait stuff.
Lost the lead.
Anything I say, I'm gonna let you know. If it's opinion and speculation like this one was, I'm gonna let you know it's opinion and speculation. If I got some facts, I'm gonna give you some facts, and I'm gonna give you all of the references for them facts. That's what you're gonna get. We ain't trying to just get YouTube views, you know. We passionate about this, and this is what it's all about.